When we hear about the causes of homelessness from conservative media, we get a lot of this.
It's never been easier to be a homeless person in Democrat-run cities. Why bother getting a job and cleaning yourself up when you can enjoy free meals and get high all day?
It is the transient lifestyle has now become glamping.
It's their lifestyle. We are supporting a lifestyle. That's what fuels the homelessness and all the rest of these ills. That they wanted to legalize drugs, now they have.
The homeless problem is ultimately a drug problem, and the drug problem is a border problem. Clearly, it's a drug problem. It's a spiritual problem.
Well, no, they have to be made to be uncomfortable, is the truth of the matter. We cannot make it comfortable for them to pitch a tent on our sidewalks and stay.
These are people that actually choose to live there. And if you say, oh my God, nobody has such a... Believe me, there are people that actually believe that this is the way to live.
They say it's a choice, it's a lifestyle, drugs, mental illness, the border, handouts. It's too comfortable. Imagine the power we could build in this country if the poor and working class banded together, united by the facts of what is actually driving our homelessness crisis. That is the housing affordability crisis. Just look at the recent report from Harvard's Joint Center for Housing Studies, where they found half of all renters in the US are paying more than 30% of their income on rent and utilities, meaning they're rent burdened and struggling to pay for other necessities. And the cost of rent is outpacing wage growth. And some cities are more severe than others, like New York City, where rents are rising 7 times faster than wages. The combination of rising rents, outpacing wage growth, and the expiration of pandemic-era protections and policy supports has left us with a growing crisis. But wait, Fox News host Jeanine Pirro did try to bring this up once.
There is an agency in the federal government, and it's called the United States Interagency Council on Homelessness. It is the only agency at a federal level whose sole responsibility it is to end homelessness, and it works with 19 other federal agencies. They have money. They say the number one cause of homelessness is the lack of affordable housing. We've got Section 8. We've got all that stuff. That's what I read. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, it's wrong,
You're saying, okay, let's say it's wrong. I don't know what the reason is.
No. We don't want people to know the truth. Then they won't vote for a wealthy grifter who prioritizes tax breaks to the wealthy over doing something, anything to improve the lives of the poor and working class. Why talk about the facts when it's the fear, hatred, and vitriol that sells? When it's easier to blame people for circumstances beyond their control than it is to fight for a better society that ensures public policy meets the needs of its citizenry. Remember in 2021 when we drove the poverty rate to a record low through investments in pandemic aid? According to Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, quote, the historic poverty reduction in 2020 and 2021 was driven by 4 major legislative packages enacted in those years that provided stimulus payments, expanded unemployment insurance, increased nutrition and housing assistance, and improved tax credits and made health coverage more accessible. But the 3 programs that were most effective expired, and millions of people were pushed back into poverty, including millions of children, specifically 5 million more children living in poverty in 2022 than in 2021, due directly to the inaction on the part of our elected leaders who know what it takes to end poverty, but consistently refuse to do it. And part of the problem here is people being misinformed about the realities of poverty, who lives in poverty, how one is pushed into poverty, and the solutions for poverty. Join me as we work to undo the damage conservative media is doing on this issue. Don't forget, poverty is a policy choice.